Good morning, sweeties. I know it's been a long time. I do want to apologize because I know I said I was going to have a video out a few times, but failed to deliver. But here I am giving it to you on the floor of my messy home on wheels. I mean, it kind of represents how my life is going right now. It's just all over the place. So here it is. Today's video is going to be a pros and cons about RV living. As many of you may not know, I came back from Florida, came back to Michigan because I had another appointment, and I won't be leaving Michigan until the 19th or 20th of April. So I'll be here for a few weeks, which kind of sucks, but it's allowing me to get some stuff together and actually work on some things in the RV, which I'm excited about. I can't wait to get that content out for you guys. But in the meantime, today let's focus, let's regroup. Today's video is about the pros and cons of RV living and RV life. Okay, so I'll start with the bad first, because usually that's how you, like, I don't want you guys to end the video on a bad thought about RV living. So I'm going to start with the cons first, and then we're going to go from there. Con number one is, in an RV, of course, it's a bigger vehicle, so gas mileage isn't really the best with these. She's older, so yeah, she takes up a lot of gas, and she doesn't really go too fast. 55, I'll be cruising on 55. I don't mind it though, because it helps me see like different states and actually be able to view it without flying by it, you know. So when I was in Florida, I've noticed that it was like a lot of van lifers, and how they would be able to park and kind of get away with it, park overnight in like some parking lots or some parks or whatever. And it was like, man, I only had a van. I was thinking about that, you know. I had a moment where I was talking to my boyfriend, and I was like, you know, babe, I feel like we just need to, you know, downside, let's get a van. It's stealthier, and that's my con for RV, is it's not stealthy. And I want to do a lot of boondocking and dry camping. I don't want to always have to go to like an RV park or resort or whatever. And I found that as a challenge with living in an RV. It was a challenge to find a mechanic to work on Gert, or even just to change her oil, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. If you're like parked somewhere like in a small town or whatever, they may not have RV like campers board or anything to be able to work on your RV, so you have to drive like miles or hours away just to go. But with my RV being an older RV, people do tend to find working on her a lot easier. But that's why I'm going to learn how to do mechanical work for myself, so I don't have to worry about that unless it's like a huge problem where I can't fix, like replacing the engine or something. Then I'm just like, you know. So that is all of the cons list. It's not really too big of a con list. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much negative things about RV life besides those things. We're gonna go in the middle to neutral. What's like not a con but not a pro? Only got one thing on that list though. dumping. So dumping the RV, let me tell y'all, my first time dumping, let me just insert the clip. Dumping for the first time, so we came prepared. We don't want nothing splashing on us. Oh my god, that is so nasty. So it was a challenge to dump her because like you have to be built for this life. One second. For those of you who want to know about my concoction I made this morning, all it is hot chocolate with a teaspoon of coffee and some sugar. And the reason why I make it that way is because I'm not really a coffee drinker. So like the coffee taste is like, ugh, like no matter, and I don't want to drown it with cream and sugar. That defeats the purpose, you know, defeats the cause of the coffee. So what I found to do is kind of make like a hot mocha. And my boyfriend taught me that. It's really good. Really, really good. Y'all want some? Oh, on to the positives. The pros, if you will. Pro number one. RVs are already livable, so you could just move in. You don't have to worry about it. You know, it has all the necessary functioning things that you need to live in it, unless you bought like an older RV or it was like gutted, and then that's like something different. But has all the necessities you need. Bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, sitting area. It's just a big home on wheels, and that's what I love about RVs, and that's what made me consider not getting a van yet, because I do want to get a van in the future, just not right now, especially with my daughter. She needed more space to run around and everything. And that brings me to pro number 3. It's spacious, and it has enough room for when my daughter is like going crazy and working my nerves. I know y'all parents, y'all kids get on y'all nerves sometimes. My daughter be getting on my nerves sometimes, and she be doing it on purpose. She know when she be pushing my buttons. But I can just separate myself and go in my room, and she can go in her room, and we'll be there for about like an hour to regroup, refresh. Yes, that was a big thing with me. It's just space, because when I was considering van life not so long ago, a few weeks ago, I was like, I don't mind the space. Like, the space doesn't mean anything. She can have room to run around outside and yada yada yada. But I had to realize that on rainy days she'll be in there with me, and she won't really have too much space to play with her toys, and then she'd be all in the way. And then what if I'm trying to relax and she's over there playing? Because when she be playing, y'all, her imagination is like mine was when I was a kid. She be talking in different voices, just, you know, the whole 9 yards. She be playing, and I want to be able to give her her own space so she can play and make those voices in her room, in her area. And yes, that's why van life gotta be put on hold. But yeah, that's my short list of pros and cons. I don't really have too many, as you can see, because I'm still learning about RV life and everything. So that's why I don't have really too many. I'm excited for you guys to see what we have planned to transform the inside and the outside of Gert. it's gonna be so exciting because when we first got her, we weren't really able to do much, especially we got her in the summertime and it was hot, like hot as hell. And I was sweating just painting. Like that was a task. It was really tasking, and it took a lot of energy for me to just try to do little things around. So when we got her, I just started painting and did little things to try to make her feel like home and got her on the road. But then now that it's the beginning or the peak of, not even the peak, it's the beginning of springtime, and it's not too cold, not too hot, prime time to be working on the RV. So we have a lot of changes that we're making. We have a lot of good things that's going to happen, and I'm so excited. Yeah, I had a lot going on prior weeks. It's just a lot going on. But yeah, we have a plan that we're gonna set in motion, and things are getting better. Thank you so much for watching, sweeties. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.